Hi everyone, happy Easter. I'm doing something a little bit different today. As you can see, we're going to be talking about a football game that I filmed recently. This channel's basically just stuff that I like doing, my passions, my hobbies and stuff like that. And my favourite things to do in life is watch football games, film stuff, edit stuff and photography, so this kind of combines everything that I like doing. I currently work for a couple of football clubs, and with it being like the business end of the season, it gets quite busy, gets quite exciting. Spennymoor Town here are in the final of the FA Trophy. Really good turnout from the Spennymoor fans. I think there was just over 1,000, which is kind of crazy because they don't get probably half that at usual home games. So to go away from home, take that big of a following, it was crazy. I think there was about 5,000 people here overall. The atmosphere was absolutely insane, and this was just one of the craziest, probably the craziest match that I've ever filmed, and I've filmed quite a lot of them at this point. I managed to squeeze my way down in the tunnel just before the walkout, and that is something that if you are a football fan, if you're someone that films football games, I highly recommend you do at least once in your life, because even at a kind of smaller game like this, walking out onto the pitch with the players, hearing the fans, seeing the fans go crazy, it's just an absolutely incredible experience. One thing to point out as well is that the goalkeeper, Rohan Lufra, had come in on emergency loan earlier in that week, so this was only his second game for the club. So quite a big game to be dropped into for your second appearance. So being that I'm filming for Spennymoor Town pitch side, I'm mainly going for like goal mouth action for Spennymoor, so I didn't film a lot of the game. But for the most part, I would say Spennymoor were on top in the first half. They had more of the possession of the ball, they had more chances. They had a really good chance in the first half here where Corey McEwen chipped the goalkeeper who was off his line, managed to hit the post, very unfortunate. I would say Rochdale played pretty well. Their goalkeeper kind of had a bit of a bad time though, so they kind of got let down by him. But overall, I would say that the two teams were pretty close, especially considering that Rochdale are in the league above. So now we're in the second half, and Rochdale had scored from a nice worked short corner. Their fans were getting absolutely into it at this point, chucking beer bottles on the pitch, chucking flares on the pitch, just giving the Spennymoor fans, a bit of what for. About 2-3 minutes later, Finlay Shrimpton managed to get into the box. Absolutely lovely goal, to be honest. Managed to keep his line, stay on side, good finish. As you can imagine, the limbs at this point were pretty good, to be fair. About 5 minutes later, Spennymoor give away a penalty, which it was a bit of a dubious one, to be honest. Wouldn't say it was stonewall or anything like that. Could have went either way. You see him given, but that put Rochdale 2-1 in front. So after the penalty, there was still about half an hour left to get back into the game, which I always thought Spennymoor might have, but for most of that half, Rochdale defended well. They were winning every single second ball. There just wasn't really much creativity coming from the Spennymoor players. On top of that, being away from home, the atmosphere was getting very hostile. A lot of people getting chucked out, mainly Rochdale fans, but some Spennymoor fans, kind of causing a commotion. So don't think that really helped things. But then right at the end of the game, literally like the last kick of the game, Matty Dolan whips in a lovely ball. Aidan Rutledge gets on the end of it. To be honest, not a great header. I think their keeper should have done a lot better. But that took it to 2-2, literally last kick of the game. You'll see on the scoreboard the time. But as you can see, loads of people running on the pitch. To be fair, the Spennymoor Town fans were shouting, "If we score, we're on the pitch." I almost got stopped by the police. You'll see in a sec, they kind of run over me there. But then they've seen that I had my all-access pass on, so they were fine. But yeah, this was absolutely incredible. Like, you couldn't make it up, scoring in literally like the last second of the game to take it to penalties. So I did record the full penalty shootout. I won't show it all here because, you know, you'll be here forever kind of thing, but I'll show some of the Spennymoor players. To be fair, it was a good shootout overall. I think every single penalty was good. There wasn't a bad penalty in it, except obviously for the one that got saved at the end, which you'll see in a sec. Just a bit of an audio warning for this one if you're on headphones.
Short run up for Alaraki. Can Luthra produce some heroics here? He can! He can! Spennymoor Town will go to Wembley! Luthra made the save to his left, and it's a win in the shootout. Moors will go to the arches of Wembley.
And there you have it, about 500 people straight onto the pitch. I was straight on the pitch as well. It was just absolutely incredible. Like I said, I've never seen anything like it. And it's kind of a good moment for me because I was meant to be going to Wembley in 2021 for the playoff final between Hartlepool and Torquay to go up to League 2, but because of COVID, the Euro, stuff like that, everything got moved about, so we couldn't go to Wembley. I went to Ashton Gate in Bristol, it was still an absolutely great day. That was a crazy game as well, but to be able to go to Wembley is, you know, it's on the bucket list. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably do a little vlog on that one and obviously cut in some highlights and that because I'm going to film for the club. But yeah, overall I'm not going to be changing this channel to a football channel or anything like that. I'm just thinking I like filming it, I've got all the footage, I like talking about football, etc, etc, so I might just do, you know, kind of interesting games, big games, you know, crazy results and stuff like that, just talk about them. Like I say, so we're going to Wembley with Spennymoor for the FA Trophy. Stockton Town, who I work for, are in the playoffs for the, I think it's like the Northern Premier League or something like that, so they would be going into the National League North if they win. And Borough Women are one win away from getting promoted in their league, and the last game is later this week, so I'll probably do a little video on that as well if they get promoted or if they don't get promoted, because it's been a pretty incredible season. So yeah, that'll do it. I'll leave you with some more footage of this incredible moment for Spennymoor Town. If you've got any questions or comments, stuff like that, one thing I would say is just if you are interested in getting into football like this, just do what I did, just reach out to lower league teams. You could probably even get in with like some League 1 and 2 teams. You know, you might have to volunteer your time, but they're just desperate for people to come help out, like especially National League and below. You know, there's not a lot of money outside of maybe the players, and even that, they're not getting that much. So I would highly recommend it. I think, you know, I'll get off my soapbox in a sec, but I think with the way kind of the top end of football's going in the Premier League and stuff like that, people are starting to kind of appreciate the lower leagues more, and yeah, I completely agree. I really like non-league football, it's great. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at Wembley.